Gemini, welcome to the after party where we get real, no mass appeal, no background, Ace Ventura hair. Let's get into it. Now, I recorded this video. It was 20 minutes and I accidentally deleted it. So this video might be a little shorter than usual, but that's good because I rambled a little bit before. So here are the key features that are supporting the astrology for you this month that we discussed in the video, in the free video. Okay, by the way, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. So whatever is coming back up for you this month, because I feel like we've got a bit of a wraparound here, you have a chance to sort of re-gauge the situation. You've done a little bit of soul searching about it, and you've had to defend some of your decisions because you're building something, and you're building something very important right now. This could be your career, this could be a relationship, this could be a lot of you, this is a passion project, okay? And there's these two people in your life right now. One kind of doesn't necessarily have much of a direction, and this one's a bit more of a hard worker and can see the goal. However, I feel like they might be giving you some unhelpful feedback, and you've had to defend yourself and talk to them maybe at length about what your goals actually are, and they're getting caught up and maybe presenting you with problems as opposed to presenting you with solutions. So this feedback is sometimes helpful, sometimes not helpful. Okay. So I just want you to be aware of the fact that these might be unnecessary distractions. And I feel like there's a deeper meaning here to this sort of static that's coming your way, and it's helping you to solidify your reasoning for things. And this deeper questioning that you're having to do is actually helpful in the long term, but try to set a boundary where if they're just kind of shitting on what you're doing, maybe you don't have to explain yourself as much. Okay. A lot of what we said in the previous, in the video that got deleted, fuck my life, was that what we're doing now is consolidating this month. Okay, so you're pulling your energy out of projects that may be distracting you from the higher goal. So reconsider what the actual practical steps are and use that as a litmus test to decide whether or not these little side things, these little side conversations, these side opportunities, these work projects, whatever it is, are they helping you get to the goal, or are they sort of distracting you? Are they not part of the higher vision? Are you conceding and having to play by other people's rules when to be conciliatory and to play nice with others? Figure out where those boundaries need to be. I feel like they're gonna need, I should just drink this, huh? Yeah, where you're going to need to reconsider where you're putting your energy. Now, I've got the star and the moon here, and the star Sirius is lining up with the sun on the new moon, which is tomorrow. Hence the pressure to get this video out. My God. And this is a great time for you to have sort of a fresh new start in your, there's an emotional innocence here. Right? You're like, okay, so we're getting over all this complicated mess where my vision has been spread too thin. We're bringing it back together, and you're able to communicate in a way that goes, you know what, guys, I just want to do this. This is what my emotional motivation is. Can we just cut all the chatter about it? And if you support it, this isn't a dictatorship, but these are what my deeper goals are behind what it is that I'm doing. You're gonna really be able to get people on board with that tactic, And it's truth. It's really your emotional truth. And I think maybe you might feel, I feel very attacked. You know, you're feeling kind of attacked because people aren't understanding the motivation and what your true goals are. And at the end of the day, they don't really have to. You know, you could be really savage with this and, you know, kind of have a conversation that goes, okay, well, listen, if you're vibing with what this is, cool, let's work on this together. I do value your feedback, but present me with solutions, not problems. We don't need to get so caught up in the details here. We can trust ourselves, we can trust each other to create this new thing. Because Gemini, the North Node is in your sign. And so you're being given inspirations on how to navigate this cultural shift, especially with work and how we work and how we get money and how our society communicates and whatnot. And you're on the bleeding edge of that. And you're bringing in this really high vibe Gemini energy, which is ruled by Mercury. So this is communications. This is technology. This is commerce. So trust yourself first and foremost here. Okay, we talked about Uranus going retrograde for you in your 12th house of your subconscious mind, and how this could be an uncomfortable phase for you. You might take a few trips into the underworld, but let me show you this. Yeah. So you can take these two pillars here, Joaquin and Boaz, as the two Gemini twins, okay? The two voices within you that you give equal weight to. And here's your higher consciousness in the middle, and she's being divinely led. She's got her crown chakra way open, okay? She is linking the higher and the lower. She's fully balanced between these two voices, these two drives, these two paths. And she's calm and she's receptive. Now, let's go into these pomegranates here. Now, mythologically speaking, this is a nod to Persephone and the myth of Persephone going into the underworld and eating these 6 pomegranate seeds. And this means she spends 6 months down in the underworld, okay, down in the subconscious, down where the demons are. And these pomegranate seeds were intended to be gifts, but in the beginning she saw them as a curse, and the other people around her saw this 6 months in the underworld as a curse. But really, it gives Persephone, you, an incredible insight into things that other people are afraid of. Other people are not willing to see right now, which is very timely. Sorry, we're in the after party. There's dogs. In the after party, in the underworld, you know, this is where we hide the things that we're afraid of and the things that are uncomfortable for other people to see. And you're able to see these things as practical, you know, as incredible insight, if you can look at it that way, because these periods of amazing insight might come after periods of deep reflection, pessimism, distraction, fear, depression, fatigue. And at those moments when you're feeling like that, that is the indicator that you are on the precipice of an incredible epiphany or revelation. So allowing yourself to experience the darker aspect of yourself and of humanity right now are pivotal. And so in this way, if you can be really open and unafraid of going down into your depths, and seeing it in a non-dualistic nature and not resisting the darker feelings that you have, but letting them flow, not getting mentally attached, because fear creates this fight or flight where we have to analyze something, especially you, Gemini. We have to analyze something and we attach our mind to it. If you can let these feelings and these thoughts just sort of flow through you naturally, they are guiding you through the underworld in order to find those amazing pomegranate seed gifts for you to ingest, assimilate, and bring up above the surface, as appropriate as Persephone spending 6 months in the sunshine above ground, is the conscious mind. And again, getting back to that North Node in Gemini, you're doing this for all of humanity. No big deal. You're anchoring in the higher vibrational energy right now that is going to turn from holographic information into concrete reality. I cannot stress that enough. You are doing the Lord's work, Gemini. Thank you for that. So it is going to be important when you are, I just want to show you the duality at work here. Okay, we've got twos showing up for you everywhere. Here's you, right? We discussed this. This is the dark, this is the underworld, and this is the light. This is the conscious mind. This is you being caught between the two and that causing you anxiety. If you identify with both of these warring factions within you, if you place yourself calmly between them and give them both equal weight, then you're in the right spot. You're in the right spot to take this feeling of being out of control and then being in a place of mastery. Now at the bottom of the deck was the Magician, and he's El Jefe. Okay, he's chief motherfucker in charge, and that is because he is in possession of all of the inner and outer resources that are required to create a higher reality. And the inner resources are a prerequisite to creating the outer resources that you will need. People, opportunities, money, collaborators. All right? So this inner work that you're going to be doing from now until January, I cannot stress this enough, are super fucking important. And to top off this whole reading, I pulled this card. Now listen, does this look comfortable to you? No. Look at buddy guy here. He's got some fucking swords in his back. The sky's all dark. He's this, if you're into the mythology again, this looks like the river Styx, doesn't it? And maybe on the other side is the underworld. Okay? So you have to leave a part of you behind before you cross this river. You have to experience an alchemical death. Don't be afraid of that. Whatever needs to change, whatever needs to transform in order for you to be able to dive deep into yourself, into your tender bits, into your tender spots, in order to drag up those beautiful pomegranate gems, needs to go. It's okay. It's a natural evolution. And right now we're in such a fear state that we're holding on so tightly to the people that we have been, to the lives that we have led, and to the structures that we have lived under. And we're realizing the illusions that are inherent to the past. And you've got the whole weight of the universe behind you with the North Node in your sign, Gemini. So you really need to trust yourself right now. You need to go through the dark because you're doing it for everybody. Thank you. Thank you. If you need extra support and this resonates with you, hit me up. hit me up for private readings, because I would really love to support you while you're doing this heavy lifting. Because it's challenging, and it's also ecstatic and liberating when you do it. Because when you are able to have these little deaths, you are aligning yourself perfectly with this higher consciousness that all of us are desperately trying to anchor right now, to make it so that we are not on the path of the scariest timeline. For those of you who are empathic, sensitive, psychic, whatever, you can feel this pivotal time in the choices that we're making on the collective level. Okay? I just realized I've been making some weird, like, what people might consider to be Illuminati hand signals, but I do want you to realize that these are also mantras that have been co-opted. Okay? Don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be fucking afraid of the dark. This is a weird tangent to go on, but maybe somebody needs to hear this out there, that what is considered to be evil sometimes they're actually just tools. They're actually just energetic pathways, especially this is the banishing of evil. This is not the devil, that have been co-opted and inverted by people who maybe aren't on the side of this incredible evolution that we have been presented with on the whole, that you are on the vanguard of. So again, don't be afraid. And if you are afraid, understand that that fear is your ego not wanting to go through these little deaths. And your ego is not something to be ignored. It is something that is there to protect you. But you don't need protection, because as much as you are the light and you are your identity, you're also the lack of identity. You are also, God, this is getting weird, guys. You are also the absence of judgment. And you are a divine channel for the universe right now. No big deal. Okay, Gemini, this got weird into left field. I love you. Thank you for joining me at the after party where we talk in depth. And I appreciate your donation so very, very, very much. Thank you so much for your support. Again, if I can support you, I would love to. And we'll do that on a donation basis, okay? All right, guys. I feel like there's one more card. A very important step on the way forward is releasing the disappointments that you have been through recently. There have been betrayals. There have been people who you thought were on side that ended up being a negative influence. And these experiences were there for a very important reason. This was underworld stuff. These were those little deaths. And you got these two full cups behind you just waiting for you to drink of them. Again, the twos showing up. The Gemini polarity. Okay, guys? So let the disappointment, let it go. See the higher reasoning behind all of the things that you think have gone wrong, that haven't gone according to plan, because they're not in the higher plan. They're those distractions we've been talking about. Things have been removed from your life that are not part of the higher plan. Respect that. Respect it. Get to that place where you can respect it. All right. I love you. Goodbye.